Hello, my loves. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome into this reading for the new moon in Capricorn. All the introduction videos are the same, so you can be on any video right now, watch the introduction, and during this introduction, you will learn which reading is for you, and you'll be able to navigate to the right reading at that time. So for those who are new, hello, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to have you. This is such a fun process and journey, and I am really honored to be able to experience this with you. I feel vulnerable being seen by you and celebrated by you at this time, and that's why I'm a little nervous addressing you, but I appreciate you so much for being here, and I am excited to have you. If you want to get the most out of my readings, I do recommend my tutorial video, which tells you exactly how to do that. It takes you through what are we doing here, how do I recommend you watch these readings, what to understand as you watch them, and a little bit of tips and tricks and how to get the most out of them. It's not necessary that you watch the reading or watch the video about the readings, but it is recommended. For those who are not new, hello, welcome back in. Thank you so much for being here. It is a pleasure to be on this journey with you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for celebrating me. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for celebrating yourself in this way. Thank you for playing this game with the cards and the stars with me. And thank you for learning as I'm learning about these archetypes and energies and cycles and tools and tips and techniques, all of which, of course, are aimed at guiding us back to our own wise instinctive knowing within. So I am so grateful to show up for you in this way, to be able to serve you in this way. I don't charge for these readings. This is just me wanting to show up for you in a deep, intimate way, but virtually, so that I can reach more of you at the same time, and so that it aligns with me and my flow in my life as well. So I am excited. This feels like we're hanging out, and even though I'm not there with you, I am there with you, and I'm here with you now, and I can feel your energy and your vibration of those who are tuning in, and I just want you to know I love you. I'm so excited to have you here, and I am grateful for this time for us to connect and celebrate ourselves in this way. It's very fun for me. It feels good in my body. It's great to hear the feedback. So our support system that we have here, we can support each other in many ways. You can support me by commenting on this, by sharing this video with people you think it will align with, and by commenting. I think I already said that. The other way you can do a contribution is financially. You can donate to paypal.me/devotedvulnerable as a thank you for this reading or any of the readings that you've received from me. And you can also sign up for your own personal private reading based on the cards or based on the stars, and you can do that on my website, devotedandvulnerable.com/services. The link for both of those financial ways to contribute are in the description. With all of that being said, let's talk about the new moon energy. So the new moon is this phase when the moon is starting again. It's another cycle, another beginning. So as we start to learn the cycles of this life, we learn that everything is a new beginning, a chance to start over. There's so many new beginnings, I mean to say, that they're all over. Like each day is like a new beginning, right? It's a phase, it's a cycle that lasts 24 hours. Each moon phase is a cycle that lasts 28 days, give or take. There are some exceptions, especially during eclipses. The energy of, I'm trying to think of the energy of the seasons, right? That lasts 3 months long, right? Each season is 3 months of time. That's a cycle. The beginning of each season is a new energy, a new vibration, a new beginning, okay? So when we're working with a new moon energy, we're working in the realm of new beginnings. And we always work with the new beginnings underneath the influence and the archetype of the sign that the moon is new in. So the moon is always new in the same sign that the sun is in, because the new moon happens when the sun and the moon are in the same degree point. Okay. So it's always going to be in the sun sign. The energy of Capricorn. If you didn't watch the solar readings, I do recommend you go watch that. It'll talk more about the Capricorn archetype. We're going to see what planets, sun, moon, or rising, or a background influence are in your chart. And we're going to get advice and guidance on how to achieve in this area of our lives. So you can watch that video, watch those videos, and learn more about the Capricorn energy and archetype. For this video, I want to focus on the earthly energy of this Capricorn. It's very practical, very based in the material realm. And it's this cardinal energy, which is the energy of starting something. The Capricorn starts the season of winter in the northern hemisphere here. It's the start of the solstice. And it has this new energy already built into it because it's a cardinal sign, which means the start of a season. So it's extra potent when it comes to this new energy and vibration because it itself rules the realm of the new. So the cycle of this new moon is going to last 28 days roughly. It's going from December 23rd to January 21st. So the new moon itself actually happens on December 23rd. It happens at 5:17 in the morning Eastern time. And this new energy, this new beginning is going to be a theme that we're going to see during the entire lunar cycle, again, which goes until January 21st. Okay. So when I'm talking about the month here, I'm talking about the lunar month. The cycle here that I'm talking about is this time between December 23rd, which is the new moon in Capricorn, to January 21st, which is going to be when the new moon in Aquarius happens. Now, the degree point that this is happening in is 1 degree, 33 minutes, and we're going to get a little bit more information about that degree point and talk about it more in just a minute. So what we're going to do with this new energy in the Capricorn archetype, this new beginning when it comes to the material physical world, is we're going to be picking something in our lives that we want to start anew. And we're going to be getting a powerful affirmation from the Super Attractor deck by Gabrielle Bernstein that's going to help us with this new start, this new beginning in this area of our lives. So I'm going to invite each of you to think of something to start anew in your life based on the house that this moon occurs for you. So you're going to be looking for the symbol of Capricorn and the degree point of 1 degree, 33 minutes. And you're going to be finding which house that is in for you. Now, if you do not know how to find this information, do not worry. All you have to do is watch the tutorial video that's linked in the description and popping up right now. That'll take you through a description of how to use astro.com, how to enter in your birth data, and how to generate and read the chart that is a result of that website. Okay? So that will give you enough information to figure out which house this new moon is occurring for you, and then you'll watch the reading that aligns with that house. You'll just watch the reading and I'll tell you what that house represents, and then I'm going to invite you to pause the video if you need more time, but pick something in that area of your life that you want to start anew. So let's get started. So this reading is for you if 1 degree, 33 minutes of Capricorn shows up in your 11th house. So let's talk about the houses. The houses in our astrological story represent the where of where things happen. So the 11th house is ruled by the 11th sign of the zodiac. So the where of the 11th house is underneath the archetype of Aquarius, which is the 11th sign of the zodiac. So this is all about friendship. This is the house of friendship. It deals with themes of community, groups, charity, wishes, and humanity, because humanity is one large group. Think of the 11th house as the house of relationships 3 or more, okay? Which includes our relationship with our human family, which is part of why humanity is a theme of this house, okay? But also deals with our groups, the communities that we're in, the charity work that we're doing, which is in large groups, and the wishes that we have for better days, okay? So this is the area of your life where you're going to pick to experience, to have, to start something new. So you may be starting something new with a group of 3 or more, You may be starting a new community, starting a new charity effort. You may be starting something new for humanity, but it's going to be in a group setting. You want to choose this new thing that you're going to experience in a relationship of 3 or more before you watch the rest of this reading, because the affirmation that we're going to get is going to help guide you through this new start, through this new beginning in the house of friendship, in these relationships of 3 or more. Whichever one you choose, right? You're the one choosing it. And we'll see what affirmation comes through to support you in that choice. So if you haven't already called in your spiritual support team, taken a few deep breaths, and opened your heart to receive the guidance that's most aligned for you at this time, I recommend you pause the video and take the time to do that. Remember, this is your time to connect with your spiritual support team. You get to enjoy this time, celebrate this time, and honor this time in a way that feels good and right to you. So preparing yourself to receive this guidance is an important part of how to get the most out of these readings. Okay, 11th housers. When I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe no matter what. Okay. This theme of cultivating a spiritual connection is so very important in all of these new moon and Capricorn readings. And cultivating this spiritual connection is so very important for you, my friend, when you are working in a group. Group energies can be traumatic for people. We bring into every group the relationships that we've had with other groups, right? And so those dynamics can really wreak havoc towards our group goals and efforts. And so your guidance here as you start this new beginning with this new group is to cultivate a spiritual connection. This doesn't mean the group has to have the connection. Maybe it does. Maybe you want to bring that in if it aligns with the group and the goal. But cultivating the spiritual connection for yourself is going to give you trust in the universe to guide this friendship, this project, this group effort, okay? What does it mean to cultivate a spiritual connection? Well, the spiritual realm is vast. There's many ways to cultivate spiritual connection. This reading that you're getting right now is a way to cultivate your spiritual connection. Going for a walk in nature is a way. Reading a spiritual text is a way. Having a conversation with your support team is a way to connect with spirit. Meditating, doing a spiritual practice, movement practice, yoga, qigong, tai chi, connecting with your friends could be a spiritual practice, but you want to have this element of connection to source, connection to spirit, connection to your support team, and you want to cultivate that connection. So part of this success of this new beginning you're creating in your friends or in your group of 3 or more is going to be directly related to your success in cultivating a relationship with your support team. And perhaps it's a relationship with your support team, right? It feels like the relationship itself with spirit is multifaceted, just like the realm of relationships that we're talking about here. So just like the house of friendships is about 3 or relationships of 3 or more, I'm feeling like your connection to your support team is relationships of 3 or more. So it's you and 2 guides or more. Okay. So it may be a spiritual group that you're connecting with, it like the Sophia Dragon Tribe, if you're familiar with that group. It may be the Marys, right? The 3 Marys, connecting with them. It may be Buddha and Jesus that you're connecting with. It may be there's a great book with the Dalai Lama and the bishop. Oh, I forget his name. But it's called The Book of Joy, I think. Such a good book. But it's a story about their relationship. But they're also spiritual gurus. So bringing in their understanding and cultivating an understanding of life through them might be a good thing here. That was only for like one of you, so if that didn't resonate, just let that go. But yeah, it feels like spiritual connection and cultivating spiritual connections of two or more, right? You are one in that ingredient, right? So if you're working with your ancestors, with your grandma and your grandpa, or both your grandmas, or both your grandpas, or your aunt and your grandma, whatever. That's the energy of the cultivating of spirit that you want to do if you're going to be working with those energies. And maybe even working within your group, cultivating a spiritual connection, like setting an intention before you guys get together to do this group work or this project or this new thing, right? Or even yourself writing down a spiritual goal for this initiative and endeavor and going back to it and opening yourself to receive guidance for how to move forward with it, because that is really when you're going to have trust in the universe no matter what. Especially when we're working with groups, we have to trust that the universe is supporting us, because groups can be challenging AF. We are going to be moving into the Aquarius season after the solar season of Capricorn is over, so January 20th. And we may find that this theme is highlighted even more because the Aquarius energy is the ruler of this house, and we're going to be going into the solar energy there. So we're going to be focusing on the groups of 3 or more during that season. So you may find that you're kind of like planting the seeds here. You're starting to cultivate your spiritual connection with your guides, with and trusting the universe, and then you're really going to get more support in this area once that solar season happens. Okay, just a extra thought there for you. Let me know how this resonates. Let me know if you have questions. And as always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste.